Hello! So here we go. So hello! Again, I'm going to tell you about what? So interpreters. So the point of this is around 10 years, it kept happening. So it just made me feel sick to my stomach. So there were groups of people with autism and other groups and that used ASL, and they would take up for meetings and workshops and for all these different things that interpreters need to be, and they would pick from those. So deaf people would go, if I want an interpreter, and they'd be like, oh, okay. Not like, give it to me. Just all of those, just an interpreter for everything. And it was like, they weren't serving the deaf, they were serving the deaf community. So going on, so they took up a meeting, and there were different variations and stuff. And it was just different. There was hearing, there was deaf, there was all sorts of variations, and they were taking up these workshops for all of these and presenting them, and it was like, no, just, they're picking. And they would just give them to these groups. And I was like, no, that's not right. Sorry, I sit down. So we were reprimanding them. And they were like, oh no, we'll give you these ASL interpreters when you're ready. It's like, no, these are two different things. And the point of this is, in the past, 2009, and there was a community, and we're taking up rallies and communication and all that stuff. So for the rallies, we would all communicate, get together. It was a variation of other things, and they were just, it was a communication thing. And they would give us an ASL interpreter, and there'd be a window. They would look out and down, and deaf people would be They would be interpreters, and they would just be playing around. They would be talking, and the interpreters would be for 3 hours. So you just present your stuff, and it's $40 an hour for an interpreter. 40, 40, and 40. How much is that? $120 an hour. So, or for 3 hours. So I was watching, and I was listening, and they were typing, and it was just terrible, and I'm deaf. So the point of interpreters is to give a service to them. And these two different, I had to go on for 12 years. It was stressful. And I'm deaf, and I'm just moving all around and meeting all these people, interpreters, getting to know them. And that night we're eating food, drinks, socializing, and all this stuff, meeting people. And so what happened? It wasn't legal. You couldn't communicate with the interpreter. There was a line you can't cross. It's like a barbed wire fence. You can't cross it. And the interpreters are over there, and I'm over here. I'm deaf, and I can't go into that group. And interpreters are like, oh yeah, they're talking, communicating, I'm looking, and they're all hidden underneath this. Like, it's just a stressful situation. It's like, we're deaf. What if we need interpreters? It's deaf culture, and we're just, it's just a money thing. They just see dollar bills. It's just a mess. So the other day, I was communicating with someone. They were deaf, and we were just going along communicating, and we went into the store, and they're like, "Oh, we need an interpreter." And we were talking to them, and they were all okay. They were signing, interpreting for the deaf, and they were talking, and I don't want that. And it was just me and you for the interpreter, and they kept looking at the interpreter. I was like, stop, you're looking at me. Okay, same thing, they were doing it again. So I turned around and started signing. And there was one problem that I saw, and it was that the interpreter, all around, they were not listening to the people talking. It was just, nope. They would listen, they weren't listening. And that was a problem. So that made me just sick to my stomach. So, year 2013, we went out to a meeting, and we're all going to a rally again, and all that good stuff, and there was interpreters. And half of them were just watching. It was a mess. The interpreters were good, and they were amazing. I loved them. And oh, what's up? Oh, I'm just doing a job. Both interpreters were like, no, I'm not supposed to be doing this. It's like, oh, whatever. It was just a culture thing. And it was just, oh, and their precious little money. That's all that's important to them. Not facilitating, but really, the interpreters don't, they don't listen. They just talk and listen, and they're receptive, and it's got to be equal. So recently I was taking up present you with two interpreters, Allie and Kyle. And there were two interpreters, and it was fine. They were just communicating and doing all this time. And it was time for them to finish. And I was like, I raised my hand, and the interpreter, the last point, and the interpreter signed, and the interpreter stood and crossed their arms and stared. There was nothing. They weren't saying anything. I'm like, oh, no, you need to say this. And the interpreter turned their voice off, and they were like, nope, the meeting's finished. And they stood up. I'm like, you need to be the interpreter. And they looked at me and shrugged. I'm like, and I told the other interpreter to come over here, and I signed to her, and she communicated for me, and it was just so bothering. Like, really? I'm not doing anything wrong. I just need someone to be an interpreter for my community. And what's your opinion on it? What do you feel? Do you feel like the community's fair? Do you feel like we're being implied into the civilization? Are we wrong? We're not wrong. It's just taking advantage of the deaf community. It's just taking advantage of us. Interpreters can take advantage. And do you know why? Many years with given the gift of interpret beautiful sign language, and so the deaf culture we live in very recently, the hunting community and all that, and languages and all that stuff, deaf people, so they're going on, and all interpreters meet, they feel nauseous, and yeah, that's right. Now it's time we've had enough. Interpreters need to be like straightforward. They shouldn't be just money hungry, and shouldn't just like leave as soon as everything's over and their time's up. They should need to be up there with us, interpreting for us, so they need to stop that. So you look in yourself, you look in your heart, see what's precious to you, and what you value the most, your job, the community. The point of it all is the deaf community, they don't know. Oh, they just want to get rich. You don't stand up and go to and build your army and talk to people about this. It's not going to work. It's going to hurt you in the long run, in the future. So don't forget about that. It's the same to you. So stand up. Yep. If you don't care, you don't need to become an interpreter. So goodbye. Just something to think about. So now's the time to show the world what we need and tell them enough's enough. Thank you. All right. Wow. Okay. So that was the first one.